Previously, in round 2 of Series Purple, Jacob Barnes defeated Toby Riley to secure the win for round 2. But will he go back to back? Find out in this third round of Series Purple.
4, 3, 2, 1.
After Series Purple got to experience Rainbow Stadium for the first time, now it is Series Purple's turn to also experience Rainbow Stadium for the first time as well. We got some trucks displayed and ready to go for what's about to come later on. What is going on, everybody? This is Rainbow X, and we are here for the third round of Series Purple, also known as the qualifiers for World Finals. As you can see, all of these trucks are ready to go for what's about to come in Rainbow Stadium for Series Purple. As you can see, we have a lot of trucks displayed here. We have Bounty Hunter, we have Stone Crusher, we have Blue Thunder right over there, and we also have more coming along your way. We have Cyan Shaker in the background, or Shaker, whichever you prefer. Right here, right next to Blue Thunder is Wolf's Head. We have Radical Rescue. We have Black Panther sitting all the way at the back as well. We have Brodozer, their Shaker again, and then we have Black Thunder Roars making its return. But right at the center is last round's champion or winner, and that is Jacob Barnes in Captain's Curse. So we're going to be taking a look at the Series Purple standings and where everybody is at from the previous round. As you can see here, Jacob Barnes is currently in first place, followed by Crazy Jimmy in second, Asher Hunt in third, Kyle Armstrong, Toby Riley, Anya Daniels, Walker Stevens, Damian Bass, Barry Musauer, and Ethan Black. All of them are in the top 10 so far, right before the third round has started. So, as we transition to the other side, or the other half of the Series Purple standings, right here at the playoff spot, Blake Wood in Bulldozer is hanging on for 11th place for now. But following along Blake Wood, we have Levy Green, Jessica Woods, Felix Bray, Ryan Davis, and Adam Young. Meanwhile, we have Jacob Grant, Freddie Powell, Casimiro Barrito, and Charlie Walker in the relegation zone for now. So hopefully these trucks in the relegation zone can make something happen. Starting with the first race, we have Charlie Walker in Golden Retriever facing Asher Hunt in Thunder Roars. And as these two trucks are ready to go down the track, you can see Asher Hunt takes the lead there. Both of them getting the leaps, and you can see that Charlie Walker has made the first upset of the night, defeating Asher Hunt in Thunder Roars. And now we're going to move on to our next race. We have Adam Young in the Joker facing Jacob Grant in King Crunch. Let's see who will come out into the second round. And we're ready to go side by side. You can see Jacob Grant taking the lead right there. You can see Adam Young struggling in the background. And there goes Jacob Grant as he completes his run and crosses that finish line. So he'll be moving on to the second round after defeating Adam Young, who is hopefully getting up from the dirt crew. And they did manage to get him back on all 4 BKT tires. And then we have Kyle Armstrong in Shaker facing Felix Bray in Higher Education. We're just about to wait and see who will come out. As you can see that Felix Bray takes the lead now, and he gets a big air, but crashes downwards. And there goes Ryan Armstrong taking the lead and will complete his run, and we'll move on to the second round as well. And as you can see, they're trying to get Felix's truck back on all 4 tires, and there they managed to do that. And now finally for the first round, we have Ryan Davis in Horsepower facing Freddie Powell. Let's see who will win this one. You can see Freddie Powell takes the lead there. There goes Ryan Davis there, but there goes Freddie Powell with the comeback, and he will cross that finish line. This is also his first a second round appearance in the tournament bracket. And you can see Ryan Davis's truck is flipped, so Dirt Crew is having a little difficulty trying to get that truck back on all 4 tires, but at least they got it done. As you can see from the first to second round, we have Golden Retriever, King Crunch, Shaker, and Nightstorm all advancing to the second round, where they'll face Stone Crusher, FS1 Cletus, Bulldozer, and Full Charge. Now things are about to get really interesting here in the second round, because we have Crazy Jimmy versus Ethan Black in both Brodozer and Bounty Hunter. We're just about to find out and see who will be moving on to the quarterfinals. You can see that Ethan Black takes the lead. He gets the big air, and he misses, but look at Crazy Jimmy. He makes the comeback, and it's going to be a very close race for this one. And I am getting word that Crazy Jimmy did get the win by a tire, so that is going to be one incredible win there for Crazy Jimmy. Then we have Charlie Walker facing Damian Bass in both Golden Retriever and Stone Crusher. Let's see who will come out on top in this race. And they're ready to go side by side. You can see that Stone Crusher takes the lead there, Damian Bass. But look at Charlie Walker. He makes a really good recovery. And then he falls over. But Damian Bass is going to secure the win there. Unfortunately, the fairy tale run for Charlie Walker will come to an end short. And we have our next race here. Levy Green and FS1 Cletus facing Jacob Grant and King Crunch. And as we await for the green light, and they're ready to go side by side, you can see they're both neck and neck. And you can see that Jacob Grant, he makes an incredible recovery. But what is going on with Levy Green? He just surrendered his race. He just said, nope, I'm not doing this anymore, and gave it to Jacob Grant there. Looks like Jacob Grant's going to move on to the quarters. In our next race, we have Toby Riley versus Jacob Barnes, a rematch from the previous final there from round 2. Let's see if Jacob Barnes can secure this win again, just like last time. And there he does it. Look at that big air by Toby Riley. And Jacob Barnes does it again, and he touches that finish line, marking his victory here against Toby Riley. And now we're going to move on to our next race here. We have Bari Musauer in Black Panther facing Casimiro Barito in Bro Camino. And there we go, side by side. You can see that they're both neck and neck. You can see Bari Musauer getting the lead there. He avoids the dirt ramps, and he will secure that win. And there goes Casimiro in the back, also crossing the finish line. Next, we have Kyle Armstrong facing Blake Wood in Shaker and Bulldozer. Let's see who will win this race. And they're ready to go side by side. You can see Bulldozer takes the lead there. They both get some decent air. And look at Kyle Armstrong and Blake Wood. As you can see that they both recovered, but Blake Wood would also get another upset here for this night. And things are about to get really interesting here. We have Jessica Woods facing Freddie Powell in both Full Charge and Nightstorm. Who will come out on top in this race? We're about to see here. As you can see that Freddie Powell and Jessica Woods are both neck and neck. They both synchronized their saves, and Jessica Woods secures her win and moves on to the quarterfinals. And then we have one more race for the round of 16. It is Anya Daniels and Wolf's Head facing Walker Stevens and Blue Thunder. Walker Stevens hasn't been doing well recently, but let's see if he can make things up here in this race. And they're ready to go side by side. You can see Walker Stevens has the near lead there, both synchronizing their leaps. And you can see that he also gets stuck on the dirt ramps. And Anya Daniels is going to steal the show from Walker Stevens. And that is going to be tough luck for Walker Stevens, as he unfortunately misses out in the quarterfinals again. And as we take a look at the quarterfinal bracket, you can see here we have Brodozer, Stone Crusher, King Crunch, Captain's Curse, Black Panther, Bulldozer, Full Charge, and Wolf's Head all in the quarterfinals. Let's see who will advance to the semifinals here. We got a pretty good quarterfinal bracket in this one. Now we're going to return back to the quarterfinals. As you can see, we have Crazy Jimmy returning once again, facing Damian Bass and Stone Crusher. Let's see which one of these racers will move on to the semifinals. And you can see they're ready to go side by side. You can see Damian Bass takes the early lead there. He gets in trouble, but look at Crazy Jimmy with a comeback, and there goes Damian Bass as he crashes onto that dirt ramp. He almost does a backflip there. Let's see if Dirt Crew can get them out of there. Yes, they can. You can see that Stone Crusher is back on all 4 wheels. And in our next quarterfinal match, we have Jacob Grant and King Crunch facing Jacob Barnes in Captain's Curse. The two Jacobs are facing each other. Let's see who moves on to the semifinals. You can see Captain's Curse takes the lead there, but look at Jacob Grant. What a nose wheelie, and it's going to be a very close one, and they both touched that finish line. This is a very close race, the closest one that I've ever seen here, and I think we're going to go for the replay. I don't know who to call for this one, so we're going to look at the replay. You can see Jacob Barnes does take the lead there, but look at Jacob Grant. He makes a nose wheelie, he falls, but he makes an incredible save and touches that finish line, but so does Jacob Barnes. Let's take a look at the super slow-mo. You can see both of them nearing to the finish line, and they both touch it at the finish line, and I think we're going to go for a re-race there. Officials are saying we're going for a re-race, so let's see who will actually win this one. And they're ready to go side by side. This time, Jacob Grant takes the lead there. He gets some decent air, and Jacob Barnes is behind, which means that Jacob Grant will move on to the semifinals and defeat the previous winner from round 2. What an absolute shock right there. Next, we have Bari Musauer and Black Panther facing Blake Wood in Bulldozer. Will it go to Bari or will it go to Blake? We're about to find out here. As you can see that Bari Musauer takes the lead there from Blake Wood. He gets a nose wheelie, and there he goes. He makes an incredible save, and he will recover and cross the finish line, marking his spot in the semifinals, where he awaits his opponent in the semifinals. Who will it be? Will it be Jessica Woods or Anya Daniels, the two female drivers of Series Purple? Let's see who will be Bari Musauer's opponent here. We're about to find out. As they're ready to go side by side, you can see that Full Charge and Wolf's Head take the lead there, but look at Wolf's Head. The body comes loose, blocking Full Charge, and there goes Anya Daniels parking at the finish line, which means that she moves on to the semifinals. But first, we're going to look at the replay and analyze what just happened. It was Jessica's race from the start, but look at the body from Wolf's Head, blocking her path, sending Anya Daniels to the semifinals for the second time in her campaign. And as we take a look at the semifinals here, Crazy Jimmy, Jacob Grant, Bari Musauer, and Anya Daniels all secure their spots in the semifinals. Brodozer and Wolf's Head appear in the semifinals for the second time, but King Crunch and Black Panther appear in the semifinals for the first time. Let's see who will appear in the final for this semifinal round. As we get ready for the semifinals here, we have Crazy Jimmy and Brodozer against Jacob Grant in King Crunch. This is Crazy Jimmy's first ever appearance in the semifinals, but let's see if that can happen here as he's ready to go with Jacob Grant. And you can see that they're both not connected, but look at Crazy Jimmy. He intercepts Jacob Grant, which means he moves on to the semifinals for the first time, marking the end of the fairy tale run for Jacob Grant. Crazy Jimmy is in the finals, but who will he face? Will it be Bari Musauer or will it be Anya Daniels? It is tempting here to decide who will it be here. We're about to find out who will be Crazy Jimmy's opponent in the final. And they're ready to go. Green light is lit. You can see Bari Musauer takes the early lead there. He gets a big air. Look at Anya Daniels catching up. Bari Musauer falls. What just happened? And there goes Anya Daniels. She steals the win from him. It was Bari's race. What just happened? Anya just stole the win from Bari Musauer, and Bari's truck is upside down. I have no words to describe what just actually happened there. But alas, it has been decided here. Crazy Jimmy will face Anya Daniels in the final for round 3 of the Series Purple group. And we have double points on deck as well. Double points on the line here. These two drivers have surprised everyone here in the competition so far. We have Anya Daniels, who lost her body, but hoping to make a change here. Will she win? Or will it be Crazy Jimmy, who appears in the final for the first time? But this is Brodozer's second appearance in the final, so let's see if history can change here for both Crazy Jimmy and Brodozer. Let's see who will come out on top in the final round. There is so much excitement happening around between these two. Crazy Jimmy against Anya Daniels, Brodozer versus Wolf's Head. Who will be crowned the winner of round 3 of Series Purple? We're about to find out. As you can see, the green light is lit. They're both neck and neck. Look at Crazy Jimmy. He gets a nosedive there. He makes a save. But what is going on? Anya Daniels stole it again. She does it again. She's done it again, this time with Crazy Jimmy. It is heartbreak for the Crazy Jimmy fans. It is heartbreak for the Crazy Bros. And Anya Daniels will win round 3 of Series Purple, humiliating Crazy Jimmy in the spotlight. It is agony for the Crazy Jimmy fans, for the Crazy Bros out there. And the win will go to Anya Daniels. You can see her truck is parked on top of the body that she lost in the quarterfinal match between Full Charge. There goes Anya Daniels. Congrats to Anya Daniels for winning round 3 of Series Purple. One that was not expected. It was an emotional roller coaster there. First eliminating Bari, and now eliminating Crazy Jimmy in the final. Let's see the overall standings for round 3 after the double point round. Crazy Jimmy, despite the loss, he takes first place. And now there goes Anya Daniels, now trailing behind him in second with 1 point separated from each other. Then we have Jacob Barnes, Bari Musauer, Jacob Grant, Kyle Armstrong, Damian Bass, Asher Hunt, Toby Riley, and Blake Wood for the top 10. Jacob Grant getting the biggest boost, escaping the relegation zone after that successful semifinal campaign there. And then we have the other half of the Series Purple standings. You can see we have Jessica Woods now in the playoff spot. Then we have Walker Stevens downgrading from the top 10, now in 12th place. And we have Ethan Black, Levy Green, Freddie Powell, and Casimiro Barrito. And as we go through the relegation zone, we have Felix Bray, Ryan Davis, Adam Young, and Charlie Walker all in the danger zone here. These 4 are going to have to step it up for these next few rounds if they want to escape the relegation zone and hopefully not relegate themselves to Series Cyan. And with that, we're going to conclude things off here. A lot of emotional distress here for some drivers here. A lot of crazy drama there. A lot of insanity moments, spectacular moments, and a bunch of upsets here that we have seen here for the 3rd round of Series Purple. With that said, we're going to end things off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Rainbow X, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, take care, everybody, and have a good night.